Your sister can help us. Although just a handmaiden, she has Marjorie Tyrell's favor. And Lady Marjorie's betrothal to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons at bay. If it's presented to her as it should be.
Czyli wszystko to się dzieje wokół Foresterów. W pierwszym epizodzie. Prawdopodobnie. Ta moneta mnie od razu zaintegrowała.
Asher sent me this coin to remember him. What a strange place, Essos.
Nie pamiętam. Wyryte drzewo żelazne.
Ethan made this for me.
Czyli w ogóle jest jej skrzynia, w ogóle patrząc przez to, że jest skrzynia z żelaznego drewna. Nie wiem, po co w ogóle patrzę na to wszystko.
It was very kind of Lady Marjorie to give this to me. It once belonged to Lady Elena.
Czyli wszystko to w ogóle ma... O! Czemu nie padam w ogóle na to za pierwszym razem?
Father, much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Marjorie has proven to be quite popular throughout the city. I do wish you and Mother could come, although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances. I miss all of you, and I look forward to the day you can.
Kto to w ogóle napisał? A, o, pewnie ona. To jest jej, kurde, przecież... nie walizka, tylko skrzynia. Dobrze, co tu jeszcze masz ciekawego? O, jakaś książka.
Wonders Made by Man by Lomas Longstrider. A gift from Roderick.
Ona jeszcze nie wie, że Roderick nie żyje.
I hope to see them all someday.
Mam taki w ogóle fajny pomysł dla was, że będę robił podsumowanie na koniec epizodu. Kogo zabiłem, kogo uratowałem. Takie będzie zajebiste, takie fajne iksiki. Kurde, aż nie mogę się doczekać, aż wam to pokażę. No, z tego nie będę mógł korzystać, sorry. O, coś tu jest.
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Wyskoczyła jak Filip z konopi. Ktoś pod drzwiami stoi, podsłuchuje. Podsłuchiwać nie wolno.
One moment.
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
On wygląda jak młody robak.
No, it's fine. Come in.
Co on nam kładzie?
You alright?
Coś
If
wsadza.
you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
I'm fine, thank you.
Of course, milady.
Please hurry if you can. Lady Marjorie will be here any minute.
Of course, milady. You work for
Stary.
Lady Marjorie?
Nie mógłbyś tego wsypać?
I may be wrong, but it seems like you do.
I'm her handmaiden.
That's what I thought. I've seen you with her before. You seem like good friends. I saw Lady Marjorie just this morning, outside the Royal Sept, talking to Queen Cersei.
Cersei?
Z tą suką?
They appeared to be having some sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but...
What did they say?
I couldn't make out much, but I know they were talking about the Starks and House Forrester.
House Forrester?
I hope you're not in any kind of trouble. But I thought you ought to know. Most people don't tend to notice a callboy. Not in King's Landing, with so many lords and ladies about. You see and hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there.
To prawda.
Good night, milady.
Wśród służby najlepiej mieć właśnie takich agentów. Agent Smith. Jest Marjorie. Ale ona ma zwisa cycki.
You're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk. Come.
Jak
There's
ładna
something we must
jest.
discuss.
Nie będę wam robił spoilerów, ale żałuję.
From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining. And your poor family as well.
You're very kind, my lady.
Of course, Mira, but you must not despair. We will get through this together.
Kolejne
You must
pytanie, proszę.
understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor.
Fuck.
She was very pleased with herself.
I'm not a traitor.
Of course not. It's only an excuse to torment you, and by extension, me. She demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort, for what I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with Cersei with the wedding so near.
I'll do as you ask, my lady.
I knew I could trust you. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear.
Tak się robi. Ale szczerze mówiąc,
See if the Queen Regent is ready to receive us.
w filmie lepiej wygląda niż w grze. Gdzie przeważnie jest odwrotnie.
You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Kim jest ta mała dziewczynka?
Good luck.
Druga służąca pewnie. Jest! Tyrion! Pierwsze spotkanie z Tyrionem! Nie mogę się doczekać.
You can do this.
Ale Tyrion jeszcze w ogóle był... Ja był tam. Aha, ja muszę iść. Ale... Czekaj. Ale Tyrion wtedy był? Króla nie ma. Przecież nie. On jeszcze nie uciekł.
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission, allow me
wzrok.
to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
I am honored, Your Grace.
Yet not honored enough to kneel, I see.
Ale wredna
House
suka.
Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is. The girl can speak for her house.
Yes, Your Grace. To the one true king.
The one true king. Yet she didn't say which. The girl is clever.
She only meant...
I don't care what she meant. I care what she said. I won't stand for impertinence from a girl of the north.
If you would give us a chance to explain.
Perhaps she can explain why the Foresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark for centuries. A house of traitors.
They were the Wardens of the North. We all served at the pleasure of the king.
Clever girl.
Perhaps too
Teoria jest za mną.
good. And she would have us believe she didn't know which king she served. Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Jakie pytania do jakiś quiz czy matura? Roose Bolton służy Mastarko, on jest nam...
He is the Warden of the North, your grace.
He is. And I the Queen Regent and Tyrion the Master of Coin.
The girl has a remarkable talent for answering questions while in fact saying nothing at all.
Tyrion, guru!
Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forster Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Yes, your grace.
It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
I won't dishonor myself, your grace.
I see.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
Czyli jest już taka
It raises an interesting
uspokojona.
question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
I won't judge her, your grace. I wasn't there. I didn't face her decisions.
Aren't you a delightful girl? If only one could flit through life without ever holding an opinion of their own.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Ciężkie
Loyalty can be
pytania,
such a hard
cholera.
thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve,
No serio?
what would you do then?
Mam mówić to co?
Let the girl answer the question. Go on.
I would be true to the king, your grace.
Well said. I was beginning to worry you didn't have your priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
Musiałem powiedzieć, że Cersei kurde tam nie zabiła mnie.
I suppose for a northern girl, but not very encouraging either.
Mam nadzieję, że później się jakoś
I'd like a
wytłumaczę.
word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
Jak się patrzyła! Kurde. Może być źle. Ale Tyriona... Przychylność jest lepsza.
I'll walk you out. This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
These are trying times, my lord. My family fears what might happen now that the Boltons rule the north.
They must still answer to the crown. You shouldn't forget that, nor should they. That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear. Poor Lady Marjorie was humiliated, although Cersei seemed quite pleased. It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining.
I did it for Lady Marjorie.
Rather odd, if that's what she asked of you. But I'm sure she has your best interests at heart. My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the crown in this regard, not her.
You can help my family.
I suppose the crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that? It may be far too dangerous. In fact, forget I even suggested such a thing.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it. Now, if you'll
Tyrion może to zrobić.
Sansa, I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival.
I hope we meet again.
Nothing would make Cersei happier. Until then, be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Zyskaliśmy uznanie Tyriona. To jest to! Wilk cały i... czy nie? Wilk nasycony i owca cała.
Mira, I was worried. How was it? Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing. It's more than a little intimidating.
I'd rather not discuss it, if you don't mind.
Of course not. It must have been horrible. But at least it's over now.
Poniekąd.
Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jaime. I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his. What? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour.
He is quite handsome.
And quite passionate, from what I've heard. Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like. Would
Ale
you marry
Joffreya?
Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen?
Huh.
He does have a certain look about him, and he's always treated Lady Marjorie well. Which is more than you can say for his mother.
I don't want to be queen, no matter who I'd have to marry.
Don't want to be queen? You northerners. You'd make a perfect scepter.
Co? Nie!
I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as Queen of the 7 Kingdoms. I might even allow you to be my handmaiden. Let's see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match!
Gigantka i mały człowiek.
What are you doing?
Pozwól mi się wytłumaczyć. Marjorie, proszę.
Well?
I'm sorry, my lady.
As am I. We shouldn't have been messing about.
This is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was pleased by your display, Mira.
Ale
I'm just
tobie.
glad it's over. King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Do you agree?
Once you are queen, the lords and ladies will do their best to please you.
You learn very quickly. Your words to Cersei were brave, but I know you must fear what the Boltons might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important. I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are no secrets between us.
Please?
It's about my family.
I trust her.
I prefer to speak with you alone.
Nie warto wchodzić zbyt dużej ilości osób.
Go on. Ask.
Forgive me, my lady. I wouldn't otherwise ask this of you, but my mother insisted. It's about my family.
Ramsay Snow. What would you have me do?
My mother fears our family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. She thought, if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown. I know it's a lot to ask of you, and I wouldn't otherwise, but she insisted.
That is no small request, especially now.
I know, my lady, and I wouldn't ask this of you otherwise. But my mother has left me no choice. She insisted.
Joffrey knows only too well your family fought for the Starks, and now you would have me ask him to intervene. Is the situation that dire? Joffrey will not look favorably on such a request.
Nie zdążyłem!
How important this is to you. I don't know, Mira. If Cersei were to find out.
Don't let the Queen bully you. You have power over him, Lady Marjorie, as no one else does. Not even his mother.
Nie wiem, czy
Ramsay
to
Snow
jest...
will arrive at Ironrath within the week. I would never ask this of you if it weren't so urgent.
Very well. I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my lady. I will send a raven to my family at once.
Nie wiem, czy robię właśnie, żeby tak być po stronie Marjorie i jednocześnie po stronie Tyriona, gdzie oboje proszę o pomoc. Nie jestem do końca tego pewien. Cześć, cześć, witam was wszystkich z małych, takich średnich i największych widzów na moim kanale. Chyba raczej pan mnie pytał, nie będziemy robić z siebie głupka. Jedny bokiem, pierdolę. Częścią historii był, częścią serialu, częścią czegoś wielkiego.